Greetings and salutations, my friends. Yes, I want to welcome you to another episode of Getting Stoned with your host, Mr. Stone Petoskey. Yeah, coming at you live from planet Earth. Yeah, the third stone from the sun, everyone. Indeed. This is the first day of February. Yes, and we are feeling irate. I want to send out lots and lots of good vibes, lots of love and positivity to all y'all. I want to say thank you so much for being here, for listening. It's been a few weeks since I dropped on by. I'll try to come in on it a little more regular now. We'll see. But yeah, this is the first installment in the year 2025 by the Gregorian calendar, as it were. Not necessarily the official timekeeper of things, I would say. But nonetheless, you know, I'm a man who lives in the Western world, and this is the way we keep time at this time. But we all know the time moves in a circle, stretches on into infinity. And I would say the only time that is really real is right now. Yeah, that's my opinion anyway, y'all. That's where I'm coming from. So, as such, I want to send a big hug out. Yes, indeed. You know how it is around here. We always hugging it up. Yeah. Feels so good. Feels so good. Hugging it up. Yes. Know you are lovable. Know you are a miracle. Know that you matter, no matter what. Yeah, wonder what that strange buzz was. Whoo! Man, there's all kinds of stuff going on in the world these days. We got drones, trombones, we got politics and popsicle sticks. We got birds and bees and taxes and thieves. Oh my. Imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try. No hell below us, above us on the sky. Imagine all the people living life in peace. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us, and the world will be as one. Yeah. I don't know where the fuck that came from, but you know how it is around here, man. It's all off the cuff. You just kind of go where the river takes us. kind of like life, I reckon. So, yes, again, thank you so much for being here. We're gonna, just read a couple of things and vibe, connect, relate. Whoa, there it goes again, y'all. Whoa. That's tripping me out. That shit ain't happened before ever. I've done a whole bunch of these. In fact, I just had my 100th episode, and that ain't never happened. Yeah, sometimes this got me thinking, right? There's a some people I listen to, they got their YouTube channels and what have you, and one of these cats is name's David Wilcock, and he's a trippy dude, man. He's all into some of this esoteric stuff and all kinds of things, man. He's written some books. He's a cool dude, man. I mean, I never met the brother, but I sense that he's just got love in his heart, man. He's just trying to, bring the light in the best way he knows how into this world, and so he's got this insider intel, supposedly, and so apparently, man, we getting some real like heavy duty extraterrestrial stuff coming on down the pike here this year. So yeah, I'm all for it. Yeah, bring it on, I say. Let's have the reveal. Yeah, ever since I was young, I was a kid, man, and my dad was all into science fiction books, and he would read them and then he'd pass them on down to me. And Isaac Asimov and Philip K. Dick and Arthur C. Clarke, Ursula K. Le Guin. Yeah, some beautiful, beautiful people. Writers, creative minds and hearts, just great stuff. I'm so glad that my dad introduced me to those things, to those ideas, to that joy of that. And so I've been into the whole idea of E.T. and space and all of that business, flying saucers and other worlds and realms and you name it, man. I'm all for it. I think it's cool. It's cool. So maybe so. Maybe this is it. Maybe 2025 is the year where disclosure happens. I'm not one for making predictions. I think I'm more the kind of brother that just says I don't fucking know, man. I don't know. I love talking about all kinds of crazy shit, but at the end of the day, man, I just know that I got today, and tomorrow's a mystery, man, and yesterday is history. So, in any case, all right. So let's hop into it here, man. This brother, I read some of his stuff before on the show. His name's David Whyte. He's a poet and a writer from over there across the pond. He just put a new book out. It's called Consolations 2, and obviously it's the second installment in his Consolations series, or maybe I don't know what you want to call it. But the first book I've read, cover to cover a few times. It's just glorious. This man can, the way he writes is just it's exceptional to me. And so yeah, we're going to read a piece out of this new book of his called Consolations 2, The Solace, Nourishment, and Underlying Meaning of Everyday Words. So what he does is he just takes words and then he just starts writing about them. And so today I thought we would go with the word invisible. Invisible describes something living in the unseen, but by its own strange definition, also something already half seen in our minds or in our imaginations. The invisible world is actually one we have already tried to imagine, even hazily in our half-formed daily thoughts, or by astonished physicists in sudden and surprising detail. In our everyday life, we are completely surrounded by the only half imagined and the invisible. The way electricity flows, the way a radio can suddenly startle when starting up a car, the way electromagnetic spectra fill our rooms and feed our devices. Even the grain of wood beneath our own laptop is compressed and held by forces we cannot see or properly describe. The invisible is omnipresent and relied on for our everyday practical lives as much as those few, almost irrelevant, tippy-top centimeters of the iceberg we call the visible. Invisible is what lies beyond us, below us, inside us, and even above us. Beyond our sight, above or below the limits of our hearing or our imagination, inside that outer wrapping of our personality we call a self. The invisible transcends our understanding of time. Many times the invisible reveals itself only after the fact. The love perceived in our mother's sudden, harsh voice, years after we were scolded. Our own youthful sins we could never fully articulate, now brought to understanding through the mature lens of our later years, and then, as a triumph and almost beyond belief, a future once only intuited, now lived out on a daily basis. The invisible is undertow, is gravitational pull, is always present, eternal invitation. In the human imagination, the invisible seems to seek us personally, asking to find it a visible expression. The invisible in a human life is understood as a sleeping singularity, about to become alive through multiples of itself. Like a seed holds invisibility within its single skin, holding everything that will grow and shape its many branches against the future sky. The invisible is always sensed as a particularity that will become a miraculous plurality. Like the very beginning of a thought first heard in the secret quiet of a human mind that then finds a voice, that then finds an outer conversation, that then transforms a whole society. What is not known now or seen now will be known and seen and lived through in many guises. The invisible is the place from which our future births. The engine behind the every visible movement we intuit is about to fill our days. To be bereft of a relationship with the invisible is to be bereft of a proper intuition of the future. To have no perception of the inner horizon within us from below which the invisible can emerge is to be bereft of a necessary inner source. The invisible is the deeper well from which we drink. And to live without conversing with the invisible makes us unaccountably thirsty for something we cannot quite imbibe through our readily visible world. The invisible is what keeps us safe from the illusory staleness that ensues when we take too literally, too seriously, and too routinely what we think we see. The innate sense of the invisible that every human being carries beneath their deceiving eyes, their deceiving ears, and the everyday, taken for granted deceptions of the naming mind, is the foundation of our ultimate in seeking. The eternal search for love, where love initially cannot be seen or found. Whoa. I gotta stop. I don't know. What's happening with the... Is this it? Is this it, y'all? Are they here? Whoa. So, all right. I think that took care of business. Ooh. The invisible calls us to seek and then witness that love, miraculously arriving from nowhere, out of the invisible, out of the darkness, out of the great and spacious stillness inside us, to the simple, light-filled life of being said. David White, y'all. And I apologize for the sounds. Again, I'm not sure what's going on with that. But we're just gonna ride the wave, right? That's what we're gonna do. Keep on doing our thing here. So I highly recommend this book, Consolations 2. It's just, every page is a precious gift. Most definitely. Thank you, David White. Thank you, brother. Yeah. So let's bring on this fella, man. This dude is his name is Hafiz. He is a mystical poet. He's Persian, you know. He's a Sufi poet and mystic. I believe came generally from a similar place as the Persian poet and mystic Rumi, but many years later than Rumi did, or was alive rather. So we're gonna just gonna read a little bit of this brother's stuff here. I opened up to this one here, so that's what we're gonna kick it with. This one is titled "Wine for a Thirsty World." The rose has flushed red, the bud has burst, and drunk with joy is the nightingale. Hail, Sufis, lovers of wine, all hail. For wine is proclaimed to a world athirst. Like a rock, your repentance seemed to you. Behold the marvel of what avail was your rock, for a goblet has cleft it in two. Bring wine for the king and the slave at the gate. Alike for all is the banquet spread, and drunk and sober are warmed and fed. When the feast is done and the night grows late, and the second door of the tavern gapes wide, the low and the mighty must bow the head neath the archway of life to meet what outside. Except I rode through affliction pass, none may reach the halting station of mirth. God's treaty, am I not Lord of the earth? Man sealed with a sigh, ah yes, alas. Nor with it, nor is not, let thy mind contend. Nor with is, nor is not, let thy mind contend. Rest assured, all perfection of mortal birth in the great is not, at the least, last shall end. For Asaph's pomp, and the steeds of the wind, and the speech of birds, down the wind have fled. And he that was Lord of them all is dead. Of his mastery nothing remains behind. Shoot not thy feathered arrow astray. A bough's shot length through the air it has sped, and then drop down in the dusty way. But to thee, O hafiz, to thee, O tongue that speaks through the mouth of the slender reed, what thanks to thee when thy verses speed from lip to lip, and the song thou hast sung. I don't know, it's like music. It's like music to me reading this, brother. I won't do another one here. I want to do another one. So many let's fresh and new. Singer, sweet singer, fresh notes strew, fresh and afresh and new. Heart gladdening wine thy lips imbrue, fresh and afresh and new. Saki, thy radiant feet I hail, flush with red wine the goblets pale. Flush our pale cheeks to drunken hue, fresh and afresh and new. Then with thy love to toy with thee, rest thee, rest where none can see. Seek thy delight, for kisses sue, fresh and afresh and new. Here round thy life the vine is twined. Drink, for elsewhere what wine wilt find? Drink to her name, to hours that flew, hours ever fresh and new. She that has stolen my heart from me, how does she wield her empery? Paints and adorns and scents her too, fresh and afresh and new. Wind of the dawn that passest by, swift to the street of my fairy high, whisper the tale of Hafiz true, fresh and afresh and new and new. It's lyric. It's like a song. That was like a song. Reading that, it's magic. It truly, to me, is magic. It's miraculous and magical, and mystical, and such a delight. Thank you, Hafiz, my brother, for sharing your gift, your love, your light with us. Yes. Yeah, both of those brothers laying it on the line. The invisible. Yes. There is a thread that weaves its way through all things, through all that is. And that thread is a little bit of me and a little bit of you. A little bit of light, a little bit of dark. A little bit of sunshine and the songs of the lark. So I reach out, extending my hand in peace. Will you take it? Will you hold on tight? Or will you release? Yeah, that's my, what do they call that? It's escaping me right now. When you're rhyming and in the hip hop community and you're freestyling, that's it. That was my freestyle, of the moment here. So again, I really want you to know that I appreciate you for taking some of your time to stop on by. I should learn some more songs and haven't gotten around to it yet. I'm writing some new ones now, so that's kind of fun, and I'm sure to share some of those in the coming months. But for now, we're just gonna go with this one. I'm not even sure why. It's an old one I wrote probably 15 and more than that, probably 20 years ago. Yeah, it's called Rise Up. I named my record label Rise Up Records off of this song here. Had that silver spoon in your mouth all your life. Ain't got no idea about struggle or strife. You and your friends ain't got no clue. The soldiers of freedom I come in mind, give you what you'll do. I'm gonna rise up, freedom come to town. Babylon must fall, y'all, down to the ground. I'm gonna rise up, ha! Freedom's come to town. Babylon must fall, y'all, down to the ground, down to the ground. so damn tired of being slaves for your machine. The time has come for us to live out our dreams. You can't keep us down, we won't take it no more. Our hearts are full of love, the soldiers of freedom busting down hate's door. Gonna rise up, I'm gonna rise up. Freedom's come to town. Babylon must bow y'all down to the ground. I'm gonna rise up. Ha! Freedom come to town. Babylon must bow y'all down to the ground. Down to the ground. Gonna rise up, y'all. One love, one love, one love. Yes, yes, yes. All right, all right, all right. It's time to wrap it on up here. Thank you so much for stopping on by. Sending lots of love, peace, goodness, and positivity to all y'all. Until next time, this is Storm Petoskey saying peace.